The M2 iPad Pro just came out, and a lot of people are advising to stay with the M1 iPad Pro, or even older 2020 and 2018 models. I upgraded from a 2018 iPad Pro to a 2021 iPad Pro back in January, and here are my thoughts. Firstly, the new 2022 iPad Pro has some cool features, like the M2 processor, Wi-Fi 6E, a new Apple Pencil gesture, and lastly, it can record ProRes videos. For those who want Wi-Fi 6E, this is the only Apple product that you can get with the new Wi-Fi standard at the moment. The SIM card slot is still kept on the cellular models, unlike the iPhones, and now in the box you get a braided USB-C to USB-C cable. A pretty cool upgrade. Last year, the iPad Pro got the M1 chip back in May of 2021, and this feature was never really used. It was never taken advantage of because of how iOS works. The apps that worked on the A12X and A12Z iPad Pro still worked the same, which was fine on the M1 iPad Pro, which honestly made it so that there was no reason to upgrade for most people. We got Thunderbolt 4, and cellular iPads got 5G. On the 12.9-inch version, we got a mini LED display. Unfortunately, the mini LED display was criticized for not having enough dimming zones, and I can understand that. The 2018 iPad Pro was relatively fast in my usage back in January, but there's definitely some noticeable slowdown and some general battery runtime issues. But those are generally expected with a device which is now turning 4 years old, and it lacks some of the features that the new iPads have. I wouldn't recommend buying one in late 2022 because of its age, but if you have one, you should be good to keep it if you want to. More on this a bit later. The 2020 iPad Pro is not a big upgrade as it has the same A12 chip, but with some GPU upgrades, which make it slightly faster, but not a world's difference. It also has an ultra-wide rear camera, and the base storage started at 128GB instead of 64GB on the 2018 iPad Pro. I wouldn't recommend this either, as it's basically a refined 2018 iPad Pro, but if you find a good price on one, it should be better than the 2018 iPad Pro. This year's iPad Pro 2022 has no upgrade-worthy features, and I'd only upgrade from a 2021 M1 iPad Pro if I wanted more storage, a different display size, or the cellular option. Or if there was an issue with my M1 iPad Pro, I'd probably upgrade. If you're still running on a 2018 iPad Pro, you should consider that it may keep support for a few years, but the software experience can become worse, with lag and battery drain over the few next major updates that it will get. I would probably say the same about the early 2020 iPad Pro as well. If you wanted to buy an M1 iPad Pro over the M2 iPad Pro, now's the time, since you can find M1 iPad Pros for sale brand new in box, and you won't have to trust any used or refurbished resellers. If you do trust used or refurbished resellers though, I see no real reason to buy the new iPad Pro M2 for basic use. Even some pretty heavy use, the iPad Pro 2021 should still be fine. I can't be sure if it's worth the extra money yet, as the market hasn't settled for the M1 iPad Pro. But I'd assume that the iPad Pro M1 will be more expensive than the iPad Air 2022 with that same M1 chip, but less expensive than the M2 iPad Pro, which puts it in a bad place, since the iPad Pro is only $200 more than the iPad Air, so if it's a matter of $100 more for the M2 iPad Pro over the M1 iPad Pro, I'd recommend to just go for the M2 iPad Pro and get a brand new device. Guaranteed. But if the 2021 iPad Pros sell for cheaper, the M1 iPad Pro might be the best option. I probably wouldn't buy the M2 iPad Pro, but if you're upgrading and worried about the long-term usage on an older 2018 or even 2020 iPad Pro, I would understand upgrading and recommend it. If you're on a 2021 iPad Pro, I probably wouldn't upgrade, but overall it's your decision, and I think that this would be a pretty cool upgrade if you really wanted that upgrade. Thanks for watching, hope this video helped you, and goodbye.